This is the Live Well and Thrive podcast, hosted by Michael Torchia, health and wellness expert. It's time to shape up, America.
Hi, this is Mike Torchia, and welcome to Live Well and Thrive. This show is giving you advice that's going to change your life forever. So if you have someone that you care about, your loved ones, share this episode. And most of all, subscribe. We need your support. I have an exciting guest, Gina Giambra. She's originally from Las Vegas. She'll be hopefully moving to California soon. She is a massage therapist, but also she specializes in soft tissue work, stretching, and she has a program called Ball Flow. It's a system that people can use to stretch their muscles, stimulate the intestinal tract, open up the lumbar area, the neck, every part of your body. It helps you heal, stimulates the blood flow, and she has a system that's going to help change your life forever. So, Gina, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mike. I'm so happy to be here. You have no idea.
It's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
So, I know that you told me that your father was a professional fighter, correct?
I love talking about my father. I could talk about him for hours. Yes, he was a middleweight contender back in the 50s and 60s. He rubbed elbows with the best of them, Marilyn Monroe, Clark Gable, Joey Bishop, all of the good ones, yes.
And he was unbeaten as a professional fighter, correct?
He had 0 losses. He only had 1 knockdown, and it was a trip from the referee.
Unbelievable. So now, the actual medicine ball, well, sort of like a medicine ball that you've created, the Ball Flow.
Yes.
Your father's the one that created the initial design, correct?
Yes, he was the one that actually got me into fitness and rehabilitation because he knew about the industry, he knew about the pains and the after effects of everything, and he pushed both my brother and I to get into the world of boxing and rehabilitation.
So was your father actually using this Ball Flow that he created to help heal his injuries and stimulate his
I
core?
actually brought it to another level. I brought it. I'm the one that brought it to another level, and so there was a way that there was a maneuvering that was going on, and it was not good enough, and so I brought a medicine ball in almost a decade and a half ago, and it changed the game for everyone in our family, and so I wanted to kind of make something out of it because I was researching and I couldn't find anything on it, and so I was like, hey, wait a minute, people can benefit off this. Let me put something together in a simplistic form so everybody can kind of get rehabilitation without having to pay for it, like chiropractor, PT, massages every day.
So now, is it a set of balls?
It is it's one 20-pound medicine ball. I had it specifically made. I wasn't able to find the type of ball that I was looking for anywhere locally in the United States, so I had to reach out, and I got one specifically designed that has an outer gripping and a inner way of it not collapsing, so it doesn't scrunch when you. It's definitely going to hold 300 to 500 pounds under pressure, and that's what the focus was.
So when you say you're doing your core work and you're throwing the ball down, there's no bounce to it? Or?
There's a touch of bounce. It's almost like a round tire, a hollow round tire. I don't want to give too much information away, obviously, but there's nothing out there like it. And so I've done so much research. There's nothing out there like it, and the difference between what I have to introduce and present from everything else is that you're not kissing the ground. It's maneuverable like a joint in your body. It's 360. You don't have to constantly reposition it. You can go from head to toe within minutes, and you can do trigger point. You're sweeping fluids. You can hit your intestinal tract, GI, upper and lower. It's great for, I hate to say it, constipation, but I mean, it's also good for those clots that we want to prevent that start in our lower leg.
Well, that's important because that's a problem. Many Americans and people around
That's
the world
right.
is the clotting in the legs.
That's right.
So now, the skin of the ball, is it textured? What is it like?
It's like it's a gripping texture to where it won't slide, and that's the confidence that this ball will, or this type of program and our ball, my ball, will bring you, is the confidence of it not collapsing and it gripping the skin and the clothing, so when you're maneuvering it, you keep the control.
Now, is this safe for children also?
It's all natural, effective, safe, convenient, inexpensive. It's literally like a massage, a self massage. So I would absolutely say it's amazing for 2 and above. Obviously, a 2-year-old can't do it, but in our anatomy class in massage school, our anatomy teacher said 2 years and up. Obviously, infant massages is huge, but is where you want to start actually massaging injuries and areas, because 2 years old is where scar tissue starts developing into the body.
Wow, at 2 years old?
Yes.
That's incredible. I didn't know.
Yes, and my anatomy teacher was one of our class was one of the last classes that was able to work with cadavers at UNLV. So I'm actually proud of that because I was actually able to work with that type of situation.
Now, I know you just came back from Dr. Joshin's Wellness Center in Beverly Hills.
Yes.
And I heard he's going to start having your program there, having his people be trained under your system.
Yes.
I'm excited for you.
And the Cure Wellness Facility out in Malibu.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Both of Steve and Michael and everyone at both of the staff has been just completely amazing, and their facilities are literally top notch. They are exclusive, privé. I want to say that I'm very humble to have met them and been a part of presenting to them.
That's fantastic. And I also heard that you met with a representative from the George Foreman Training Company about potentially using it in their programs around the world.
And yes, and absolutely cannot wait to actually get that to the academy, because we actually have a lot of our poses are encompassing the athlete when it comes to football, when it comes to basketball, swimming, racquetball, baseball, every poker playing, even your gamblers are going to get your office workers. There's something for everybody when it comes to this method, and you're going to be able to get a lot more range of motion. I have movement specialists endorsing our program, and several chiropractors out in Las Vegas, Nevada, which I'm very proud to say. And I wanted to bring up, you used to do some sort of camp.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Well, I had a program called Operation Fitness,
Yes.
which I started in 1985. It was based on a training program for children, because during that time of year in 1985, I saw that children were having issues with being overweight, poor physical condition, and I predicted that we need to help the children so our future generations will be healthier and can prevent from having injuries and ailments that are chronic. So I started Operation Fitness in 1985. My brother-in-law was a cadet at West Point. So I was sitting at Thanksgiving dinner with my family, and I was telling my mom, I had this kids program, but I got to give it a name. And, well, my brother-in-law said, well, we use Operation and then say something after it so it pertains to a certain type of issue or mission that we're doing. So my mom just put her fork down and goes, I have it. Operation Fitness. And my mother, God bless her soul, passed away, was the one that created that. And I immediately had registered it, copyrighted it, trademarked it, and I bought the website, operationfitness.com. So it started off as just for kids. But as I did research and studied, I realized that it's the environment the kids live in, and that you have to assess everything they're exposed to. And so then it became Operation Fitness for the entire family. And that spawned my training company. And then now I have Beverly Hills conciergeservice.com, which is an elite lifestyle company. I have a production company called Rebel Entertainment Films, and we're doing all kinds of content from docuseries, documentaries, and feature films. I just did a movie recently with Orlando Bloom and John Turturro called The Cut, an action movie with Clive Owen, Daisy Ridley, and Martin Campbell directed. He was one of the highest grossing directors for all the recent James Bond movies. And so I'm on fire right now. But everything I do still relates to pointing towards health and wellness and beauty, because I've traveled around the world and training Matt Damon for The Bourne Identity, Al Pacino for Insomnia, Keith Urban for his world tour. I mean, Roseanne Barr for her 50th birthday show, because she was doing a reality show. She's turning 50, and she did a reality show, and she wanted me to get ready for it. In fact, on YouTube, you can see the funny workout video we did together, which was a clip of her show. I worked with Kimora Lee, you name it, Rodney Dangerfield. I mean, I can go on forever. But the main thing is, I like to help people. And I really feel this ball flow system can help change lives. And it's something that people can easily take with them. They could, when they're on a trip or they go to the park, they can use this ball for many different ways, so they can have a way to help with stiffness, tightness, poor circulation, poor digestive issues. And I just see this as limitless.
Absolutely. As a massage therapist, again, I'm licensed and insured. I stay licensed and insured for the simple fact of the reason why I started this, a lot of inspiration, aside from my father and his ailments, my own. So I live in daily pain. I have scoliosis. I have spinal stenosis. I have bulging and herniated discs. I have knee, shoulder injuries, you name it. So I lived in pain. I was on pain medicine for almost 20 years. And I recently got off of it a few years ago, weaning my way, obviously, but it took a lot. The medicine was taking its toll on me. I think in my digestive tract, it was blocking a lot of movement without me knowing, even though I was really not taking it consistently. But because of the research I know about opioids, that it has the side effect of constipation. And so once I started actually clearing out my digestive tract, because let's remind everybody that 70% plus of our immune system is in our lower GI tract. So our lower GI tract is very important to focus on when it comes to our immunity and our immune health. So if we're eating McDonald's, if we're eating, fast food once a week, even if, we're not and we're taking opioids, we're going to have digestive problems. Okay, so I wasn't eating fast food, but I was on opioids, and it still messed my stomach up. So as much as I would promote, the opioid versus something else that the doctor would prescribe, like something that helps with nerves, like I would prefer an opioid over a nerve blocker any day. The problem is that you don't want to use it frequently. The side effects of both, I mean, if you do your research, you're going to find out that the nerve blockers have way more side effects than the opioids, but you really don't need it if you really rehabilitate your body and you can focus on a consistent regimen of rehab and eating clean without inflammatory foods, because that is so important. And I can just go on for so long with this topic.
Well, I can attest to everything you're saying, because in 2003 I was in a motorcycle accident and I sustained serious injuries, and I had to rebuild my body. I had a hip replacement, a rotator cuff surgery, and I healed the left side because it wasn't full thickness tear, but it damaged my spine. It caused autofusion in L2 and 3 and partially 3, 4. So physical therapy is a daily way of life for me. And I find that finding everything I can to use natural supplementation to help maybe ease the inflammation, the intensity of the pain has allowed me to be actually now pain-free. Just I have that extreme stiffness, which I'm sure the ball flow can help me get that rotation back with my spine. Even though it's auto-fused to the lower part, I really could envision how I'm excited to use this and try it out. And I want you to come back after I've tried it for a while to share the results I get, because I'm always the type of person, if someone has something new and exciting, I'm like a kid. I want to try it. I want to do it. And is this okay if I do it every day, or should I do it every other day? What's the best way to use it?
So with ball flow system in the program, you are able to use it as frequently as you would like. There's no negative side effects. It's literally the side effects of a massage. So if you are not allowed to get deep tissue massages, then I wouldn't suggest. I would obviously go to your doctor anytime you need this type of information. But as a massage therapist, you can use this all day long. I literally live on my medicine ball because I'm always in pain. And so there's no limit to how often you could use this. There's no limit because all it is benefit. The longer you work on your tissue, the longer lasting effect that your tissue will experience, and that's the goal, is the longer lasting effect, without having to drive to a massage therapist, without having to go to a chiropractor, spending $100-$200 a session, whatever. This is in the privacy of your own home. It's convenient, it's inexpensive, it's very simple, and it's effective. And that's the main thing that we want to focus on, is effectiveness, and obviously it being natural.
Well, I love everything about it. I'm a massage junkie. If I had time, I'd get a massage every day.
Me too.
You know, and to feel the stretch and the blood flowing and just feeling the looseness in the muscles. Because, you know, I train heavy, so the massage, the soft tissue work especially, is so beautiful, you know, because it releases the toxins. It's just great. So I'm excited to try the ball flow program.
Aside from the pain relief that you will get from the medicine ball work, if you're looking to grow your muscles, this is a great way to help grow your muscles, because it's going to release the fascial system to relax, to where those muscles can actually grow and they're not tense and locked, and you're able to maneuver, and the fibers are actually able to get thick. And that's important if you're bodybuilding or body sculpting, or you're up in age. So up in age, I love to bring this up because, again, a lot of my inspiration, not from my father alone, but was from kyphosis, where it's the hunchback, or the osteoporosis for, if you break a hip at this age, you're done for. I wanted something that was going to help prevent these types of situations, along with the blood clots, you know, sweeping that toxic blood to the lymph nodes, making sure that the blood goes directly to the bones and can get as close to the bone as we can as possible with the fresh blood. And also the kyphosis, a healthy spine is a healthy life. And so if you're always hunched back, you're really not getting that fluid going to the brain like we need for the spinal fluid. We need that constantly going up and down, up and down. So if we're blocking it by scrunching our upper or lower spinal cord, then we're not going to get that type of need for our brain to work as functional as possible.
You're restricting the blood flow, restricting the nerve impulses.
And the fluid.
So I got a little fun fact.
Fun?
Your father, well, about your father, that I was told that your father was, I guess his last fight, his manager had asked him to take a fall.
Yes.
And your father, being a tough Italian, would never accept doing that. And there was a mob group, I don't know which family, had bet a lot of money that he'd be going to lose, because he had never lost. So the numbers were really high, that the fact that if he did lose and they bet on the opponent, that it'd be a big return.
Yep.
So, and your father was just told right before the fight.
Yep.
And
Mike Scanlon
right?
was his
and,
manager.
And apparently your father beat the crap out of the guy, knocked him out. And after that, he kind of had to take off for a little while because there was a hit on him or something like that. Is that true?
Yes, my father wrote a book. It's called The Uncrowned Champion. My brother and I and my father revised it into a book where we can actually release the mafia names of the people that, were involved in my father's life that when he wrote it initially, he wasn't able to disclose. So we put all the names out there. But yes, he had a hit on him. The Buffalo Syndicate boss, my father used to shine shoes for him, and so he realized that there was a hit on this guy that used to shine his shoes and stopped the hit. And so my father actually went to Hollywood after that, and he started going to acting class. And so thus why I love California so much and Hollywood and everything about it is because my father had goals. My father wanted to bring his story to life. And so we actually have a production company that is working with the rights for my father's book. And it's called Northern Lights, and they're going to be bringing it into a series.
Now, didn't your father know or work with some incredibly famous actors?
Yes.
What did he train them? What was his association with them?
So he actually, one of my favorites was Elvis. So he only had 3 days with Elvis as security. My father, Elvis asked my father to do security for him, but my father felt a little above being security for somebody, so he denied the position. But Elvis gave my father a ring. And it was, in between me and my brother, we're like, oh, Elvis gave Dad the ring. But he rubbed elbows with the best of them. And so the rope-a-dope, for instance, from Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali pushes the opponent into the ropes and gets him, cornered pretty much. My father used to work at train at the same place and met up with Muhammad Ali and taught him the rope-a-dope. But Muhammad Ali named it. And so that was the big thing. So when my father showed it to him, it was just a move. But when Muhammad Ali named it, it was, very famous after that. So that's something that, another thing I'm proud of.
That's fantastic. So your father's probably up in heaven looking down at you, so proud what you're doing with the Ball Flow program, pursuing the Hollywood dream as he did. And that must be a wonderful feeling, huh?
Yeah, I love my dad. I think about him, talk to him every day. So he's definitely in everything I do.
I know he's smiling over you. That's for sure. Well, I am absolutely so impressed and so proud of you for what you're doing, pursuing your dreams. You put your mind to it. You've created this incredible system that's going to help change lives forever. And at the same time, you're fulfilling your father's dream. You're getting his story told, getting that magnificent book out. And you're continuing on his work. I mean, what better, right?
Yes, absolutely. And one last thing I'd love to throw out there is that of course, there's so many inspirations of why I do what I do, though one of the biggest is to get this in the inner cities and to have people who have great talents in their senior years of high school and college and have them be able to have a form of rehabilitation for free. For very inexpensive, where they aren't having career-ending injuries that will stunt all of their family's work that their family has put in, that they have put in for years and years and years. So I am wholeheartedly a believer of rehabilitation. If you work out, you have to rehab. There's no other way around it. And so my inspiration to get it into the inner cities so the talent cannot be stopped and it's not going to cost people a whole bunch of money, and they can actually feel more confident when they're out in the field and playing, because they feel like they're not in pain and they're not going to injure themselves, and they can do it full force.
Now, do you have a website that people can go to learn more about what you're doing?
Absolutely.
And what's the website called?
It's called ballflowbody.com.
Okay.
Ballflowbody.com.
I love it. Now, did you think of that name or your dad named it?
As a matter of fact, I hate to say it, but I did. I had like a list of names, and it was battling for between like 9 or 10 different names, and that's the one I came up with. It was Ball Flow.
Well, a lot of people watch my show all over the world. I think our reach now is 500,000 people view the show a week. So you never know who's listening, because I think you have such a worthy mission. And I'll pray that you have someone that reaches out. If not, let's see down the road how I can help you with your dream.
Absolutely, Mike. You are such a pleasure. I always learn something new from talking to you every single time. So I look forward to our friendship. That's for sure.
And thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's Mike Torchia signing off. I just want to tell you thank you so much for watching Live Well and Thrive. And remember, if you have loved ones, just friends you care about, have them watch this show. Share this episode. Share all the episodes. But know most of all that we need your support. So I would appreciate if you could also subscribe to our YouTube channel and help give us support to make the show happen. And thank you for watching.